this event and this room with a million questions. And with the help of many people in this room, we're getting ready to celebrate our son's 3rd birthday on Thursday. I know you guys are going to have a million questions too. There are 2 panels, the expert panel, and then later on we're going to have the parent and donor carrier panel, which is profoundly informational. We're going to give a lot of information to you today. If we can't do a Q&A for the experts, we're going to try to come back possibly at 2 o'clock and have some time for you to ask them questions. You can approach them. Their tables are going to be around. We're going to be introducing the different participants today right after this panel. So before I bring Ron, our president, up, I just want to do a very brief introduction to our expert panel. We have Dr. Michael Doyle, who is the medical director and founder of Connecticut Fertility Associates. He's going to be, yay! Michael's going to be talking about the medical end of this journey. And then we have Victoria Ferrara, who is the legal director of Worldwide Surrogacy Associates, who's going to be talking about sort of surrogacy agency aspects of the journey. We have Stephen Snyder, who's the president of International Assisted Reproduction Center. Stephen is going to be talking about the legal aspects of the journey. And finally, we have Karen Rowe, who's the clinical administrator and founder of Fertility Miracles. And Karen's going to be talking about, I think it's probably some of the most interesting stuff, is the psychological aspect of intended parents and carriers. So without further ado, I want to bring up Ron Poole-Dayan, the president of Men Having Babies.
So thank you guys for coming. This is really exciting. Some of you may have come to previous events. This is very unique and the first for us in the sense that we just became an independent organization this July. Men Having Babies was a program. We were hosted by the center here for several years and ran the monthly workshops called Planning Biological Parenthood. I know some of you here have gone through these workshops. I know many parents who have been and attended these workshops. In fact, we'll hear from some today that actually found their surrogate in one of our workshops. This is our 8th panel seminar, but the first one since we became an organization. And the reason we became an independent organization is so that we can go beyond the educational activities. You can't hear me? The reason we became an independent association is so that we can go beyond the educational activities into also advocacy, additional programming for parents and intended parents, and very importantly, the ability to provide feedback, organized feedback through surveys and ratings to the community of people who are in process, and to start the first time a financial assistance fund, which we're very happy to announce today actually has some money in it for to at least give a couple of grants away. The point here is that we all know that surrogacy is still very expensive. It might be the new normal to be a surrogate gay dad, but it's still out of reach for a lot of people. So the first thing we did about it is try to create a feedback loop. So if you go to our website or if you look at the printouts in the back, you will see now that there are more agencies that we've known about several years before. A lot of them, more clinics that we've known about since I started. We know now that some of them are charging different rates, that they're organizing the process differently. You can now shop around more with some more advice and armed with some more information than you did before. And I think it's also important for the industry to have this kind of feedback loop, because it's a very small niche industry, and we, I think, are allowing it to become more responsive and transparent by doing this. We've just started. The surveys we've got so far, 300 or so, are, I hope, just the tip of the iceberg, and we'll finally see a lot more. But then that would not be enough to make the process affordable enough for people who cannot even afford $80,000 or $90,000. So our financial assistance fund is going to start giving grants of $10,000 and $20,000 starting next year. And for that, we are soliciting donations, and everybody here, all the sponsors, have actually donated to this fund by being here. So their profits from the sponsorship fees are allowing us already to have some of the fund. And we also are very happy to announce 2 large donations, one by Connecticut Fertility for over $10,000, another one by Worldwide Surrogacy. Thank you, Michael and Victoria. And if any of the other sponsors want me to announce a donation until the end of the day, I'll get out there, interrupt anything and make that announcement gladly. But quite frankly, we haven't even started officially soliciting those donations. So, these have been initiatives that surprise us pleasantly, but we will be doing that. We'll be going to other cities, both for events like this, educational events. We know we're going to probably go to Chicago, almost definitely to LA this coming 10 or so month. And we already had a seminar in Barcelona for Europeans, and we're probably going to have one in January or February in Israel. So in each one of those occasions, we're also going to obviously do some fundraising activities as well. We're going to go back to our community of parents. And I didn't mention that, but I'm a surrogacy parent. You all met my children up there. And my husband, which I all have to thank for helping with the logistics and everything beyond just the sign up. But we all feel so blessed, and it's just amazing to see the growing numbers every year. I mean, we've never had a crowd like this before. This is twice probably the biggest crowd we ever had before, and our workshops are getting larger crowds, and we know from feedback from people that we have more and more parents out there. So this is very gratifying, and I want to go back to the community of parents and give them an opportunity to give back. And we'll do that in events, fundraising events, and others in New York and these other locations I just mentioned. So spread the word. The first thing you all can do, and I really would like you to do that, is to sign up and buy tickets for our next week's fundraiser. It's going to be a fun event. It's going to be a night where we're going to have several gay-friendly comedians at the Gotham Club Monday night. If you need, get a babysitter. If you're here, probably many of you do not need a babysitter yet, so we're going to have that. We need you there because even if it's only $25 or $50, A, it adds up. B, it's going to be our first opportunity to sit together as a community of parents and prospective parents and providers who are all invited and allies, and celebrate what we feel is an amazing thing. The fact that we can take our fate in our own hands and become parents nowadays. So if it costs some money, then we save, we raise funds, we raise awareness. But there's a lot to celebrate and a lot to feel camaraderie and solidarity about. So I hope you all come next week, and Elise is here. She can sign you up right there with her laptop, or you can call it in or give her your names, and we hope to see you there. A few words about the format today. This is a really one-on-one panel. It's going to be a 1 hour or so panel now with some industry people. Let me tell you that this is for the first time we had a committee, an event committee, that got requests from people to speak, and we evaluated the prospective speakers, and we chose as a committee who's going to be speaking. So that's also another first. But they each get 8 minutes, and it's stuff that we usually spend at least an hour when we delve into the legal and the logical medical stuff and the agency process and the psychological relationship issues. We usually take an hour and a half during the workshops to tackle at least each one of these topics. So this is going to be very condensed. They're going to try to talk a little bit about the setbacks and things that might not work well, but there's only so much time we have. I know some people mentioned that we need to be a little more realistic about it. I mean, people do become parents. It's a very safe way to become parents, and it works. However, it doesn't mean there are no setbacks. We'll try to touch upon them. It's not possible to cover them all. So come to our workshops. The first one is October 24th, I think. And that's the opportunity to really go deeper, and we announce it every month what's the topic, so you can decide if that's something that works for you, for the phase, the stage you're at right now. And then the other thing about the format is that for the first time we have these breakout sessions. Think of them as speed dating. We will have to be on time at 2 minutes, to the next, they last for 20 minutes, but really 2 minutes before we each have to get up and go to the next session. You have on your programs at the table, decide where you want to go. The rooms are not that big, so if a room is full, many of the agencies have more than one session, so come to the next session. Some agencies only have one session, so keep that in mind. If you need, maybe split up, if you're a couple, and one go to this and one go to the other. But this is an amazing opportunity for you to meet people from all around the country and beyond. We have an agency clinic from India this time, for the first time. So it's an opportunity for you to do something that many people never do. A lot of people start the process without ever having met their surrogacy agency or people from that agency. It doesn't happen typically with a clinic, but then you will choose a clinic without having met them before. So this is a unique opportunity for you to go, so I hope there's nothing burning in the afternoon that you need to cut your day short, and I think it's really going to be a very important part of the day. But very important that we move from one room to the next on time, and we're going to have some helpers who will do that, but I hope you'll go. So this is it for now. I didn't get anything.
That's good.
So also one announcement is we're also going to expand our board soon. If anybody's interested in being on our board, let us know. We're just really starting and figuring out our structure and how we do things, but we hope to get a lot more of these activities and other services to you soon.